Okay, I guess we gotta just go right into this. Today we're going to be talking about China's censorship in America, which is crazy to me that China has such influence on just on our country in general. Unreal. Um, Anyways, I just want to go straight into it. Daryl Morey, the man you see here in the background, is the dude who set this all off inside the NBA, all because of this tweet that is now deleted. Not shocking, not shocking at all. And I mean, he has this tweeted here. I don't really think that's even pro Hong Kong. That's just Tokyo wakes up. I don't know if that's some hidden message, but it just seems like some stupid picture a 16-year-old would take when they're on vacation. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that tweet that was deleted. And then his response is, I did not intend my tweet to cause any offense to Rocket fans and friends of mine in China. I was merely voicing one thought based on one interpretation of one complicated event. I have had a lot of opportunities since that tweet to hear and consider other perspectives. I have always appreciated the significant support our Chinese fans and sponsors have provided, and I would hope that those who are upset will know that offending or misunderstanding them was not my intention. My tweets are my own and in no way represent the Rockets or the NBA. AKA, these people threatened my job and threatened my money, and now I regret my decision. Sorry, please don't take my money away. And then we got LeBron James, where he first, let me play you a clip from his interview. I'm going to mute my mic so y'all, because this is the one part of the interview that set everyone off and just basically exposed the type of levy that China has over just like everything in America. We don't even market things towards Americans anymore. It's marketed towards China. They test it. They have test runs in China to see if movies are going to sell a lot. Hold on, there's a car alarm going off. Oh, goodness. Okay, sorry about that. I just heard a car alarm go off, and the apartment I live in, there's a bit of tomfoolery, as we should say around here, and I'm just trying to be very vigilant about that. Anyways, I will now mute myself. Here's the clip. Enjoy, because boy oh boy.
Emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do. Even though yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too. Emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do. Even though yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
Oh man. So essentially, we need to be careful about what we tweet, because what we tweet could lose us money, because all I care about at the end of the day is money and my Nike deal. Speaking of which, let's see what LeBron was all about tweeting about before this happened. So here we have his statement after said video I just showed you was aired, and it says, I'll read you, so hey, let me clear up the confusion. I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I am not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that. My team and this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or statement can do to others, and I believe nobody stopped and considered what would happen. Could have waited a week to send it. He's not your manager. He's the general manager for an opposing team, the Houston Rockets. So why would he and why should he care? Honestly though, why?
It made it hard for my week. I'm still a millionaire with friends and family that loves and cares about me, and I still have my job in my Nike deal and everything that I've ever worked for. But you made my week very difficult. I had to answer questions, Daryl. Do you not understand what it's like to answer questions, Daryl?
Oh, God forbid. King James, you're so humble, such a humble guy. Speak of which, stay humble, be who you are, and be respectful no matter what. Coming from, the brand that is co-owned by King James. King James. Stay humble. And shocker, this is King James's brand. Let's just take a look here. So he's got a sponsorship with Sharpie. Here he is. Sponsorship with Nike. Here he is, his other promotion for his Nike shoe. Here he is, his other promotion for his Nike shoe. Oh, what's this? Uninterrupted times Nike. What is uninterrupted? An athlete-empowered brand founded by King James and Mav Carter, or Maverick Carter and LeBron James. Huh. It's almost like you got a lot to lose in China, Bron. Come on, dude.
Oh, you made my week real hard.
Yeah, he made it hard. How? Because he had to answer some questions? People are gonna look up to this guy, and he is such a sellout that he considers a week hard because he had to answer questions to the most corrupt people in the world, the Chinese government. Them and like the Mexican government, I would say, are like the right up there, two most easily corruptible governments around. Even North Korea's got a little bit more morals than that. They don't get corrupted. They're just shitty. China's like, oh, we just buy everybody out. Everybody. Even LeBron James, the one that the West worships. Yeah. Such a morally high person, this guy. And here you have LeBron's foundation team up with Nike basketball to give a bunch of kids shoes because, material objects just solve every problem in life. Another one where LeBron's foundation is teamed up with Nike. It's incredible. It's almost like the only reason LeBron was upset about any of the tweets that Daryl Morey said is because LeBron makes all his money from China. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And people idolize this guy. You got that one kid that made a giant meme saying LeBron James. And it's like, that just went everywhere. It was everywhere. And then we got the Blizzard side of the scandal to where they banned Blitzchung, I believe his name was. All because he's a guy who's from Hong Kong and shouted out Hong Kong. Crazy how the person from Hong Kong would shout out the place that he is from. Very weird. But that's how corrupt China is. They feel like people that even aren't from their place should just bow down and worship them. You want our money, right? All you Western folk care about is money, right? Okay, you won't get any money from us then. And that's where all these people get their money. If I'm not mistaken, Frozen was literally created just to market it towards China. They made so much money off Frozen in China. Toys, the movie, everything. Go look it up. Guarantee you. I mean, that sounds like the Young Turks there. But yeah, I'll look it up for you. Hold on 1 second here before we close this video out. I'll look it up for you. First thing, marketingtochina.com. Hold on. That may be a little bit biased. I'll open up multiple articles here. Oh, frozen food. Okay, I guess I gotta be a little more specific. My apologies. What the f- This is therap.com. Disney's frozen to play at China box office. The studio said Sunday that China Film Group, the government agency and gatekeeper for non-domestic films looking for a shot at the world's second largest movie market, had indicated it would allow a 2014 release for Disney's Animation's third or 3D family film. So it still doesn't even have it. But they literally have right here, China Film Group, the government agency and gatekeeper of non-domestic films. So if you essentially want to get anything marketed in China, especially movie, TV, whatever, you have to talk to this China Film Group, the government agency and gatekeeper for non-domestic films. Like, oh my goodness. And then you got Disney theme parks booming in China. It's just, who care? I don't care about you, NBC. I'm not going to turn my ad block off. Sorry, guy. China has become an important market for Walt Disney International. China has become one of the most important markets for the Walt Disney Company, said Andy Bird, chairman of Walt Disney International. So, a chairman for the Disney Corporation admits it himself at a media event here Wednesday for the upcoming Disney film event D23 Expo. China is incredibly important where we have invested an enormous amount of time, people, resources, and money in growing our business over the last decade, said Bird. One of the interesting things, and China also has an interesting story to tell, he added. Oh, is China. Okay, my apologies. One of the interesting things is China also has interesting stories to tell. In 2016, Disney scored a third straight year of the most profitable studio in Hollywood with $2.5 billion in profit. The studio grossed $7.6 billion in the global box office last year, with over $4.6 billion coming from the overseas market. China, as the world's second largest movie market, has made an impressive contribution over the years, with 74 Disney movies imported so far. Good stories are universal, Bird told Xinhao. I don't know how you say that. Good storytelling has always been Disney's key to success, whether it's Beauty and the Beast, Pirates of the Caribbean, or Star Wars. That wasn't your success. Star Wars, you ruined. Or Marvel's Avengers. They are movies and stories that are popular among consumers in China, and Brazil, and France, and Italy, all over the world. Because, diversity is our strength, only whenever we're getting money from it. According to Bird, not only will more Disney movies come to China, but also more cooperation between Disney and China is in the cards. Disney is conscious of relating to Chinese consumers, whether it is telling Chinese stories, using Chinese actors, or filming in China. We have two of the stars in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, very big stars in China, Bird said, pointing out that Rogue One was an example of successful cooperation. Now we are doing the pre-production for a remake of Mulan, which gives an opportunity to have Chinese talents and also to use Chinese locations. Outside of the movie market, Shanghai Disney Resort has already hit over 11 million admissions in its first year, which exceeded Disney's forecast and expectations. The 963-acre resort is already expecting new attractions rather than plan on building another Disneyland in mainland China. Disney's first priority is to expand the Shanghai Disney Resort. We have enough land to dramatically expand Shanghai Disney Resort and add many new attractions. New lands, Bird said. You will see the those start to develop over time, starting with Toy Story Land, which has been constructed as we speak. So the chairman of Disney International literally said, we're working with China. We were working to try to get all of our money from China. They do not care. Oh my God. It's pointless to go on about this because I just really feel like for the most part, most people here in America don't care because we've just been consumers for so long. For so long. And they don't realize that our own government's just kind of giving it. Not even our own government, but our own. These are basically. You got these giant corporations that are essentially a government. You think Disney ain't paying campaign funds to somebody? Somebody? Don't know who it is, but I guarantee you they throwing money at somebody. They own everything. I mean, I know that's an exaggeration. Allegedly. But yeah, they it's literal proof they own like a ton of channels. It's ridiculous. Obviously, they bought out Star Wars. They buy out anything. They bought out Marvel. Anything they see money on, theirs. It's So essentially, just our corporations that started in America, that were American corporations, are just selling us out. There's like, oh, China's going to give us more money than the Americans are now, so we'll just do everything China wants. And then we'll have our stars, like LeBron James, preach to America about how, it's not that bad. With freedom of speech comes consequences. And you need to know your consequence. Yeah, I think everybody who's mouthed off to the wrong person knows those consequences. Usually you say something wrong to the wrong person, they beat the hell out of you. That's why it's called, you gotta understand when to keep your mouth shut sometimes. Yes, but you don't need to say it. You're saying it like, when China tells you to, you need to learn when to shut up because you're risking losing money for all of us. And this guy's for the people though, right? For the people, as he literally protects his own hide. Ugh. Oh, either way, China is successfully bought control over our companies just merely through influence. Not even having to get Chinese officials involved in the companies, but just merely through China. China was never what China was until they closed their walls and just hyper focused on building China. And then they opened their walls and now they're here to show what they've made. And they've made themselves almost just as strong as America through American money. It's ridiculous. And we fueled it, and now everybody wants to cry about it. No one wanted to cry about it 20 years ago when I was still in school and I couldn't even vote or make decisions. But now everybody does. I feel like it may be a little too late. Just maybe. Whenever they have control over corporations as big as Disney and the NBA and Blizzard and probably a bunch of other companies we don't know about because they've yet to have a giant scandal happen. Yeah, our country has sold itself out. Literally. Not even an exaggeration. Our country sold itself out.